Your tech's not the problem. The people behind your tech are. Let me explain. I've worked with dozens and dozens of companies, and I've come in when they have the most archaic tech used on spreadsheets, and somebody has to manually pull something from here, put it on a spreadsheet over here, and check it. But the people behind it are diligent and they keep on top of it and they make it work. At the same time, I've seen some really, really high advanced technology that is mismanaged, where people are like, well, it's just supposed to do that. Why would I have to check it? And nobody really actually works the system and it fails and there's constant fires. The tech is not necessarily the problem. It's not to say that there aren't pieces or things within your tech stack that need to be switched out for better options. However, it's more important that you get the right people behind your technology. The other really common thing we see is a cowboy technician where a business owner of the business says, hey, figure out this problem. Hey, figure out this problem. Hey, figure out this problem. And they keep figuring out all those problems. However, they do not have the skill and knowledge to be able to do it in such a way that's scalable and that they can actually explain it to somebody else. When they tell you, I can't document this, it's just too complicated, they're not wrong. It's because what they have built is too complicated to document and to explain to somebody else. It's like an art piece to some degree. Like, can you really explain, insert beautiful piece of art that you are thinking right now? Probably not. And that's really what a cowboy technician does. But when you're a business owner and your site is what drives most of your revenue, it is your business. You do not want to leave that in the hands of a cowboy technician that's just solving problems for you all the time. It really comes down to the people behind your technology. And when I started my company 10 years ago, I thought, oh gosh, this is going to be easy. I'm going to hire people that are going to get it. They're going to want to move things forward with me, and we're going to like create the most amazing tech systems ever. And through the last 10 years, it's been a lot of trial and error of hiring people. One, just trying to hire people and pay for them. Two, it's like, well, I need more expensive people. I need project managers. I need people with this certification or that certification. Let's pay them triple. Let's treat them well. Let's really make sure we have an inclusive culture where they really feel seen, valued, and heard. And all of those things are good. But underlying to it is you need people that are self-leaders. And when I say self-leadership, I mean that they have the skills to communicate effectively, to organize, and have a growth mindset of being and improving things. And what this means is you do not have to drag them to water constantly. If you're anything like me, it is incredibly frustrating to have to work through logic with people. Okay, I ask you for a landing page. I need a landing page for my new PDF on self-leadership, and I assign this out to a team member. Now, typically what you're going to find with that is they're going to create you a landing page. It's going to be all content on there that is lorem ipsum. And you gave them the PDF, like, wouldn't they take the content from the PDF and like put it on that landing page? Nope, they won't. And then after somebody opts in, oh, the form doesn't work. Oh, the thank you page says thank you for contacting us. Well, they just opted in for a PDF. Well, how do they get the PDF? Oh, well, I guess we should send an email about that. You really want people who are thinking through these things and thinking through the logic, but it's just not a skill that's really taught anywhere right now. Some people do get it just by luck and chance and maybe their own fruition, but by and large, like there's no certification I can say, hey, if somebody has this certification, they're going to be a thinker, they're going to be organized, they're going to communicate, and they're going to want to improve. And that's what I have built with Business Tech Ninjas, is because I've found that I can't hire these people. So I have to train them. I have to train them from the ground up. And that's where it starts, is with self-leadership of, hey, this was not communicated effectively. This needs to be well organized. I shouldn't have to read a 2-page PDF in order to get my question answered. If something's important, it should be bubbled to the top. And there's that constant improvement, that Kaizen of we're always working at getting better at these skills, better being better communicators, better organized at any given time. I don't want to have to push my people in order to be able to do this. And you do not want to have to push the agency or the team member that you're working on with your technology to do these things. Technology is moving too quickly for you to stay on top of it. You need people that are going to get in there and make sure it works. Business Tech Ninjas, we make the technology work. And there's no amount of documentation or checklists that you can get to get somebody to think through something. Because tomorrow, it could be one option of how to set up a landing page or how to set up a thank you page after that form. And then today, it could be completely different because they've released an update. And I need people who are going to go in there and they're going to figure that out and say, well, I still need to get this landing page up. So I'm going to Google it. I'm going to use ChatGPT. I'm going to use the tools at my fingertips, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make the technology work. Now, there's a whole lot behind how to, one, find that person, two, nurture that person, and then keep them around. And that's what I've spent the last 10 years doing at Business Tech Ninjas, is how to do that, because I don't like micromanagement. But unfortunately, with the current set point of how we train and how we educate people right now, micromanagement is a necessary evil to some degree. Unless you have a culture of self-leadership and that's what you expect of your people, and you invest and train in them to actually explain what that is. Like, what is self-leadership? What do I expect of you? Because they just don't get it. And it's not their fault. We were trained in stand up by the door, get in line, take attendance, get the right answer, not to really think for ourselves. So if you really want people to do well with your tech, you need them to be focused on actually making it work, not just doing what they're told. And that comes down to self-leadership. And that's what we specialize in at Business Tech Ninjas, because I love it when technology actually works. When it works, it's magical. When it doesn't, I want to beat my head against a wall. And so what we need with that is people behind it that are thinking about communication, that are organizing their work, that are looking for improvements of how to really own and manage that. And then it becomes fun. It turns the nightmare of technology into a dream. So if you'd like help with organizing your tech or making the best technical decisions that you can, get in touch with us at businesstechninjas.com.